The topic is the world is going focus where the world is going on technology and climate smart technology. Actually, I was thinking more to talk about my pilot and all that, but somehow forum made me to talk about the world. I said, "Oh my God, it's a great challenge." So, but that made me review a lot of literature on climate smart agriculture, regenerative agriculture. So I'm not an expert, but at least that's what I have reviewed and I am to present. Okay, I think, of course, my storyline, I'll talk about sustainable agriculture and climate. Need to change the mindset. We have been talking also this about in the field visits. Worldwide role of climate smart agriculture and water. Suggestion for transformative agenda and work at risk. Now, I have to introduce a bit of risk and Pakistan and other places showcasing climate smart agriculture and regenerative education. Now, I'm not going to read about the risk. I will just tell a story which is more telling about risk than really. Three students from the economics department, they were having their lunch and they observed that the food was wasted right and left really. So the idea got stuck that, okay, why we don't use this food, pack it and distribute to the poor? They started it like this. And then I think the sorry, I get carried away with the story I've made. So the news spread and the restaurants around, they said, "Oh, you collect food. We have plenty of it really." So their business moved to the restaurants. And then they opened food banks and just really, it was the success story of Pakistan. And three kids from economics department, how they moved. The late queen of England, she even awarded these kids. So they worked at the University of Lahore Management Science, where I was also working. They approached me that, okay, we want to do something more innovative because we're done with food production, distribution, but we want to get into food production. But it has to be innovative. I said, I'm involved more on nature-based agriculture, regenerative, whatever you call. And if you want to do, and I'm initiating a pilot at one of the field area in Pakistan, they said, yes, we are ready. So something I was looking for donors to support me, this pilot. These kids really, they came and they supported me with all the machinery and whatever. So this is what really, they have also opened an office because it's a huge network in Bangkok. They are working very closely with the Institute of Technology at Bangkok, with Unicenter. And I think they have also an innovative idea, sustainability in the Pakistan food chain through self-sustaining social business model. So I have to work on it because there are so many business models going around the world that it's not the production, it's the marketing as we discussed this morning. So this is a little bit background. And now, coming to the topic. Now, I think I don't have to look at the books and read the articles and what's going on. In climate change, only if you look at last 2 years, have been very exceptional in concerning the world with greater frequency, intensity, floods, drought, rising temperature, fires, land subsidizing, desertification, and all these new viruses. I think another thing I noted that in the first, all the time that this is a problem on South, North is relatively okay. But I think last couple of years, we can also see that the northern part of the globe also equally suffered. I mean, I can see, I spent the summer I was chatting with Int'l. This summer, every year I go there. These are little stories that tell the story and the whole picture. Most of the time, once in a month, I stay there, the temperature was, most of the time, was below 100. This year, month and a half, constant, only one day it came below. So I could feel it. Then you go, again, Europe was hard hit. So the story goes on and on. But Africa and Asia are most affected. I will not get into too much on that one because Ariel already covered. Uh, one side, because the pilot I was talking about, we had this wheat. So the crop was ready for harvest. So this is the pilot and this is the control where there's traditional agriculture. The storm came. So we went there and we saw that, okay, the wheat, which was using some of the technologies I'm going to talk about, stood well, as opposed to some traditional thing, which was really, there was tremendous logic. Again, I think the food security risk, because I think this was quite highlighted by Ariel. But again, the bottom line is that food security risk is more in African continent. But now, after talking about, there is a new report of Sofia by FAO that highlights the regional perspective to what's going on. But coming to my topic, that I think with all this climate change, disasters and all that, there's another side of it. The other side is what we have done with our production capital base, natural resource base. To be more specific, it's the soil. It's the soil. So I didn't call this, and we are on a toxic agriculture. Soil and people have is at stake. This is a statement and I will explain it for you. So, and then there is also going on climate change impact global food inflation. It's not only.
Yeah, he's got so many things to handle.
And I'm excited about this storyline. I think food inflation, again, I don't have to go, and I think I spent a lot of time in different parts of the world. I think it was very obvious that food inflation, for different reasons, went up. Again, I think, sorry, I believe that there is a plenty of food. There is plenty of food. I think you have to tie my hand. There is plenty of truth, but I think what is happening is that different events globally are affecting. Its trade is also the key now. What we have, Ukraine conflict has disrupted the agricultural exports, affecting global food prices. Climate change, of course, we are talking about it. The weather is unpredictable. Food access is still a major factor. And I think when we talk about Africa, that's again, few major corporations dominate the global food trade, potentially leading to collision and price manipulation. So these are the characteristics of these days. What is happening under the overall umbrella of climate change? Of course, this is the slide I included this morning because yesterday we went on this field trip. Actually, I think nature-based solutions has two components. One is I think if I can read it closely, it is the landscape. What we saw, the manipulation with the landscape. But then what I'm going to talk about is the second part, which is the agriculture. So there we have water comes in both. So this is very interesting for my future reference under this umbrella that we need to have, nature-based solutions. This was a good. Again, I'm not going to go through these steps. Now the solutions. I'm really proposing that we have climate change, we have degradation of soil, our water qualities have gone down, and I think somehow, to me, the system is not sustainable to provide future food for future. So what we have, there are so many organizations working or initiatives working on this direction. I think I can classify that FAO and CGA driven. They started with conservation agriculture, and then FAO picked up Grow and Save. It's a huge 10-year project. And now finally everybody is talking about climate smart agriculture. But then in the global level, the donors, because I'm working on Pakistan with World Bank and ADB, they say don't talk about climate smart agriculture. I think they're preferring the word regenerative agriculture. So I'm still trying to figure out what's the reason. But as long as we can get some funds to support this idea, then I think we have this eco-based solution. Then there are a number of national programs. The one I worked for a couple of years in Pakistan, at least 2 to 3 years, that's where I actually changed my path. I was mainly working on the water sector and water demand. Ariel knows that. But I think somehow working with this outfit called Pedawar in Pakistan, they really tried to demonstrate or gave me the data, and I was able to get hold of some of the economic data. And I think we did some very pioneer work in terms of, climate smart agriculture. Then in India, it is zero budget farming, then rainforest reliance in South Africa, and South America, sorry. And my eyes are not all that good also. Rainforest reliance global. So this is the overall picture. And then I think this is the reorganization. I said I think the practices and technology. No-till, climate resilient seed, very critical. Manure, actually this goes like this. No tillage and mulching, climate resilient seed, integrated pest management, manure, compost, intercropping, integrating livestock, integrating agroforestry. These are under regenerative agriculture, which traditional climate smart agriculture doesn't talk too much about it. But at the end, if I want to summarize, these are the three more common interventions: no-till, crop cover, and diversity. These are the three main. Somebody asked the priorities. Now to further prioritize. To me, I think it's very important that right now our soil health has deteriorated, that we should not call it a soil, it is a dirt. So because it lags with the soil fauna, the natural process we have for centuries has been there. Use of pesticide, fertilizer, we have killed it. So this is an unsustainable. So I think we have microbe replaced by chemicals. This has to reverse. Simple as that. And I think that's the sustainable cultivation of stability action in soil cover and use of mud. We will also support this idea with our case study. Then coming to the water again, I think we were far. If we use some of the practices I really alluded to, I think it will help really having more conservative use of water, because it will reduce transpiration, it will reduce the evaporation, and even the beads that take. So I think this is the holistic picture. I don't have the time to go into details of these things, but I think these are little technologies that can make, and it is the benefits that comes with it. Now, technologies. This is an ongoing work. I'm working on it really to bundle technologies under different categories. These are some of the indigenous technologies which are low cost, really. Of course, we can add more, and as we know, it's an ongoing work, really. And then this is climate smart redirect based on our pilot, another review of literature that's going on. And then I think we have another set of technology for seeing agriculture costly and not be intensive. So I think we have to really have this combination depending on the site. In certain sites or some countries who have funds, or are you talking about with for the small farmers, or are you talking about the well developed agriculture? So this is really something probably I'm working on. Now, just let me know 5 minutes. Okay, I'll move fast. No, take your time. No, I did not. Okay, I would think I'll be very reasonable. So I think what I'm trying to do there, I mean, if you look at the climate smart, there are two tools, adaptation and mitigation. Yeah. And I think what I will only say here, that the technologies I propose, they have co-benefits. Most of them, they add to adaptation and mitigation. I think that's what we are working on it. And I think this is the major message coming out. Now, this part is you're adding me to the world list. So I try to do as much as these numbers are again, as all the other speakers said, that might not be true. Can add 70 billion per year gross value of farms. Okay? Increase yield by 13%. Of course, climate change in fact has negative yield, but if we do these kind of practices, we can add. And it can create 5 million new full-time jobs. Of course, the health benefits, and we can really increase the what we call nutrient dense food. That's the other benefit. Now, this is an interesting FAO. I try to dig out the cases FAO has done. This is climate smart agriculture, FAO success stories. So again, the lesson I got from this is that I think the pilot I will show you a little later, really, they have done these component in pieces. Now, these projects, their countries are also listed. They're concentrated on livestock and forestry, and also here on livestock. In these countries, they concentrated on technology and practices. And these two case studies from FAO are on creating the enabling environment. And again, this is also part of here also they did the fishery. Fishery is always, so in a way, now again, I think I would skip this because you have already highlighted bit. But again, I think it gives some very, very positive numbers for Africa. In terms of if we adopt all of these practices, it can really generate value added, it can increase income. And I think we can also, in terms of emission reduction. Now, this is the pilot we are doing it in Pakistan. So I think I have to be more excited to it. Now, we had to kind of pilot really because the developer wanted the evidence. And we said, unless we don't have it, by the way, no donor involved, no donor involved, no. We had a 3 book, myself and 2 young, new minds really. One got PhD from China, he came with me, and a very smart girl who joined me on the environmental part. So I think what we created was a raised bed permanent, no-till mulching, and 3 levels of, so it was properly designed. The results. The yield difference was half and full fertile only 9%. So what we are telling is that right now, half the fertilizer you can do the job, what they are doing it. But if you go for climate smart or regenerative agriculture, that it takes at least 3 to 4 years to soil to regenerate its natural process. So the problem is mindset. Here, they are not ready to wait. whether it's extension people, whether it was. So I think the water productivity increased for different and also we did carbon balance. And I think that was the key for the only thing they wanted to listen to farm was reduction in cost of production. So if there was not yield increase, but cost of production. So this is our story going on, and this was done by us. And now there is enormous donor interest that what we are planning to do, you have already done with no money. And because I was looking for like $10,000-$15,000, nobody was ready to put it. But I think risk came and they supported me. So that's why I'm
Really?
Yeah, that's how it is. Okay, now I think I'm going to skip this climate smart. Then another case is this Brazil, because I reviewed it. They have the biggest program on climate smart agriculture, 6.7 billion. And I think it will be worth going more details into what they are doing and how holistic their approach is. And I think this is the enabling environment only to commence. We have to train farmers because farmers know how to drive tractor. They don't know how to operate tractor. That's the difference. So unless with this and climate smart agriculture needs specialized machinery for which farmers are not. Extension people, they don't want to listen because this is a path for 50 years they are telling that. And we tell them that no, there is a new path. No. I think it has to be community driven. We have to find champions within the community and showcase them, and they should take the message. And then creating all the enabling environment. This is a kind of, I'm just finishing up. These practices is water related. Some of these practices, they bring benefit. Then there's the neutral zone. Then there are practices where you can really have intercrop. So
What are you talking what? Can you repeat that with the red ones?
the red ones we are actually
Costing us.
costing.
Yes. Okay.
But here, some of these practices, in a way, when we do the benefit, there was more beneficial than the cost, really.
Yeah.
So I think that these are the things. This is this is not wrong, but I took the global India, I've done a lot of work. But the practices are the same.
Yeah.
So I think it would be ideal to really, it's water, eh? For 1 cubic meter of water, generating another, what kind of practices generate the most? Final, right. Okay. Oh. Final, this is final. Okay. This is the message. I think we need to establish this bill. I will read very quickly. Clear and concise definition. As I said, there is a jungle of definitions out there. Mitigate the risk of greenwash. Now, this is important because, a lot of companies now are coming to us. Cargill, Nestle, they want to support us. But their intention is not what we're output more is to offset the carbons, really. So I think we have to be a bit careful here that actually there is a very special kind of thing, really. Then I think most of it is academia here, right? I think in academia still industrial agriculture is taught. I think it's time that we should really move forward. Okay, I think then provide a substantial support to small farmer. This is the thing. I think coordination, because they are very specific. I propose here undertaking a comprehensive 5 to 6 countries, initially Brazil, Tanzania, Morocco, Pakistan, South Africa. We also put it, so yeah, it's here. I think this will build the message together, who is doing what, and it can be a very forward-looking work. And I think this is the best forum to. Thank you very much.